Alright, boys, you're going to see 3 different model detectors shown in this video here, okay? You could see what I'm going to show you in the wild here. You see that rebar pole there? You see that 10-karat gold ring? Now, this test right here, if you were hunting in hot ground, the results you see here could vary somewhat, meaning even this Manticore here with that M8 coil may not yield as good a results as you're going to see in this video. But I would say moderately mineralized mild ground, you could see exactly what you're going to see with this Manticore. We're going to show the Deus 2 with the smallest coil available, the 9-inch, and the Deus 1 with that HF elliptical coil. New users of any of these 3 models may find this video here very beneficial. There are nice finds around metal obstacles. Alright, question is, can you recognize one? Can you get enough information to make you dig? Get you curious? Well, you'll have to make up your own mind about that. We're in the Bone Stock Fast program. I haven't changed a thing. Just turn the machine on. Now I'm going to sweep up here high. You hear that machine? Iron tone. Alright. Now I'm up there over that gold ring. You see that meter? Now, there are some iron combinations in the ground that can read exactly what you just seen in that meter. There are also some non-ferrous configurations that can read what you've seen in that meter. I can't put any percentages on it. I have dug non-ferrous reading 7, 8, and 9 on this detector. I've also dug iron reading 7, 8, or 9, okay? Now I'm going to back this coil back. That's as far back as I can back that coil. I've got an 8. Alright, that's it. Silencer 2. Never comes over 8. Got a 9. No 20s, no 30s, no 40s, 50s, 60s. None of that shit in that meter, okay? You hear it. That's pitch tones. Okay? How about if I stick this coil real close to that gold ring? Let's pretend that thing's laying practically on top of the ground. Then I get the signal. See that? But just a smidge off of that coin, sweeping, I turn into a number 8, number 9, maybe a number 7. We're turning the Deus 2 off. We're turning on the Deus 1. I like this little thing right here, boys. But it ain't the answer to everything, and neither is either one of these other 2 models. They don't answer every presented equation in the wild. I mean, they don't detect everything that's in the ground. We're just going to look at Deus Fast here. I'm going to leave the speed at 3. We're assuming, that all we want to get is at least some shallow detection there, okay? Inch and a half, whatever. We'll see what this Manticore does and see what this one does. Okay, 14.4 kilohertz. I'm going to come up this pole, and you can see that meter reading a 3. Any kind of call height, see what happens to that meter. Alright, I'm changing frequencies. We're going up. Now we're at 31.3 kilohertz. This is a very good way to run this machine in some iron, by the way. Now I'm up here on the pole. You get to hear that machine. Got that 06 in the meter. Still got a 6 in the meter. Now I'm sitting on top of the gold ring. But any kind of call height, even an inch and a half. You see what we got there? So if you were using this machine in the wild and you come in against an old pole, now listen, you hear that. I'm not detecting the go ring. I've got the coil elevated. You hear that, 6 in a meter. The tone changes somewhat on that machine, but that 6 is still in the meter, okay? Next up, the old Manticore with the M8 coil. Now these coils hopefully will be getting into people's hands, okay? Manticore, 24 sensitivity, all-terrain low conductors. I'll even reduce it to speed 5. Let's see what happens here. I'll turn it to speed 6. You see what I got? See what I got in that meter? You see that? Now I'm going to come up on this pole. That's upper ferrous limits. Guess I ought to disclaim this here. Upper ferrous limits number 9, okay? Recovery speed 6. You see what I've got in that meter? I'm going to come up on the pole again. Alright, let's change the speed of the machine. There's speed 7. You see that? Look at that. Alright, let's back the machine off to 4. See, 4 doesn't just do as good there, in my opinion. How about that? So you get your machine, you get around a metal pole, you know, you need to run this machine a little faster. You could be at a higher iron side. Maybe you're running this machine faster for whatever reason. Speed 4 is a good way to run this machine overall, in my opinion, with this coil on it. But, you know, you get to run your machine the way you want. Speed 6. Upper ferrous limits number 9. You see that? On a sweep. Boom. Okay, now I'm up here on the old metal pole. I'm going to mash the horseshoe button. See what we got on the old metal pole there. I'm coming down now. The horseshoe's still in. See there? We got a trace down there too, don't we, boys? And girls. Alright, I'm going to turn the horseshoe off. So 32, 33 is what we get there with the metal pole there. Let's see if Sharpshooter can get this metal pole out of here. Okay, now we've just got the little gold ring set in solo. What do we get? So we get a lower ID. But out of all 3 of these bottle detectors, which one would you give the highest odd to spot that non-ferrous target down there that close to that pole? A real experienced user with either one of these may spot it, but they could also be food dependent. What if they're in a side that's given a lot of 7, 8, and 9 in the meter, some iron? And they've seen that, and they've even dug some iron. Then they come up against that pole, and they're like, oh, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing, that's iron. I'm detecting the pole. Well, you see what this machine can do with this coil, and you see what that machine right there can do. Now, I didn't show that machine in the highest frequency, 74 kilohertz, okay? I didn't show it. But I don't believe it's going to keep up with this one, okay? And I'll set this coil down here beside this one so you can see. You see what we've got there? They're not exactly the same size and they're not the same shape, on the ends especially. I hope you enjoyed.